Our most recognizable asset is the Mastercard brand mark, but just as visually distinctive are our brand circles. Brand circles help us to create ownable designs that unify our communications and help us to stand out in the world. We've created 6 circle configurations for Mastercard. Let's take a closer look at brand circles A and C. Brand circle A is the most simple configuration, composed of a single cropped circle. Through its purity of form, we use it to bring clarity to our messages with elegant sophistication. Brand circle C is a zoomed-in crop of where the circles intersect in our brand mark. Honing in on this point of connection makes it a recognizable visual element. Both configurations always exist as crops, and their placement on the layout is flexible. Brand circle A can be very effective as a subtle keyline, working as a visual cue to connect the elements and reinforcing the role Mastercard plays in the story. Use this brand circle to draw the viewer to the focal point of the image or emphasize its idea. It can also be used as a holding shape to house simple photography or footage, leaving lots of open space for other elements. This is particularly useful in extreme landscape formats such as digital ad banners. The great thing about brand circle A is it lets us use full bleed photography, combining it with an ownable element to create communication that's distinctly Mastercard. The keyline can interact with the images by playfully weaving in and out. This more elaborate image of a festival table works well inside circle A. Like a window on the world, it's a simple way to let the image do the talking while leaving lots of space for other design elements. These images of customers enjoying the beautiful nature of Iceland could be effective with either A or C. But the use of C helps elevate the connective role of Mastercard in accessing these experiences. Brand circle C can be used with a solid circle becoming a holding shape, or as an overlay on top of full bleed photography, where the keyline circle visually connects the image to the headline message. This configuration is helpful when we need a more neutral base on which to apply typography and other elements. A particularly impactful use of C is to contain the background image within the solid circle and allow the subject to break out. The speed and energy of this skier have been amplified to maximum effect as she appears to leap off the page. Here, circle C is used in graphic form. This works well in creating a singular backdrop that's unmistakably Mastercard. Brand circles A and C can be flipped and rotated, provided they stay recognizable as cropped circles. When you're working with circles A and C, these configurations cannot be zoomed in or out or made larger or smaller. They're in fixed proportion with the height of the format and must always feel like cropped circles. So never draw a literal circle around a subject or scale one circle smaller than the other. Pay special attention to the placement of the keyline. Make sure it adds to the message and doesn't cut over faces or headlines. Use imagery that pairs well with the canvas background for a harmonious combination. Specifically with brand circle A, refrain from using this configuration without imagery, as it looks rudimentary in key marketing materials and advertising. It's fine on divider pages in PowerPoint, though. Don't use transparent shapes to create circle A. Brand circle A must never be centered horizontally or vertically, as it loses the visual reference to the brand mark. Most importantly, brand circle A should not become a go-to configuration because it's simple to use. Our brand circles should always be used with purpose for the most effective delivery of a message. And with brand circle C, don't alter the overlap proportion of the two cropped circles. They're in a fixed relationship that echoes the circles in our brand mark. We don't want anyone to recreate brand circles from scratch, as each has been specifically built using precise proportions that must stay consistent. So we've provided a library of artworks that give you a range of aspect ratios and correct crop versions to work with. All assets are available on the Design Center to ultimately make your life easier. Visit the Design Center for everything you need to get started.